What about my love? Wasn't it enough? Just let me know so I can hold you.
One thing, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with this, but there's an offensive coordinator out there that knows what to win, knows how to win, and he's been between two totally different quarterbacks, and they've had success on both sides. One more had success than the other, and Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich does not have a job right now, and he's played quarterback. He's had his downfall with the Jaguars, and he knows how it is to deal with that pressure of being the number one guy too. And you go from Jameis Winston, who was that guy that didn't pan out, and you win a lot with Tom Brady. And Tom Brady had a lot. Byron Leftwich had a lot to do with his success. I mean, let's just be clear here. Like, the dude was late in his career, won a Super Bowl his first year there. It's not all Tom. And they even said at the end of the year, I believe it was LaShawn McCoy that said it. He said, I believe it was him that said it. It was either him or somebody else, Leonard Fournette or somebody. They came out and said that, like, yo, they let Tom and Byron open up the playbook. They got together, and that's when you saw success. Remember the second half of that Super Bowl year? Like, the first half was kind of choppy. Then the second half, they flipped the switch, and they were just on fire. Somebody was saying something about their relationship. Like, Tom was like, I trust you, Byron. Byron said, I trust you, Tom. They got together, and they worked it out, and that's when that that switch. Like, I think...
Which is kind of ironic because they're literally like the same age. Tom might actually be older.
Well, yeah, but on the other side of that, to get a guy that knows about play calling and get a guy that is a quarterback and can help Frank Reich out. Like, I don't think Frank Reich is a bad, like, I think his schemes and everything are okay. He just doesn't have the players or the right pieces around to actually help them execute. Bad play calls at the wrong time. Like, oh, wow, that play call on 3rd and 10 was not right, but that was a 2nd and 5 type of play. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I think the issue with Frank Reich too is he's the type of coach that he has to do everything. He doesn't let anyone around him help. When he was in Philadelphia, there was a system set in place. Frank was the offensive coordinator, and you had the OC who was running the running backs. Again, you have a system that, everyone does their fair share in order for everyone to come together. But with Frank, he has to control everything. And having so much on your plate, I don't think that's good for him because we see he's still trying to figure out what the issue is with the running back. On the defensive side of the ball, Brian Byrce, non-existent. You have a lot of things that you have to take care of. There's a lot of fires you have to put out. And he's doing it all on his own, and he shouldn't. He should have his coordinators assist him more. He shouldn't have been play calling from the onset. That's one of the issues. Again, you're trying to do too much. Just coach, get these players developed, get these players along on game day, make sure you have the game plan ready, do all that, but let the coordinators do what they're supposed to do and coordinate.
Yeah, man. I just think personally that somebody like Byron Leftwich that could come in there and take Frank off his high horse. Like, bro, I know what it's like to win, and I've been around a Hall of Fame quarterback, and I've been around damn near Hall of Fame players like, Mike Evans and guys like Rob Gronkowski. Like, I've been around these guys. Like, let me help you mold this offense in a way that Bryce Young can sling the rock and get it to these guys. But we got to have a good running game too. You got to be able to trust it when it's not trustable.
And that is also another thing. You have good, not great running backs. Chuba Hubbard is kind of the main, he's the power back. He's more of a 2, and Miles Sanders is just kind of a broken version of Miles Sanders is also a 2. Let's be real here. You don't have your star elite running back of like your main guy. So that's also not really helping, especially when Miles Sanders keeps fumbling the football.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, the only thing that concerns me with, say, like a guy for Byron Leftwich, are you saying like having him replace Frank as head coach? Just so I can make sure that
I just think he needs to come in as OC.
Okay, as OC. The only thing that concerns me about that,
I don't think Frank is a bad game planner. I just don't think he should be running the plays.
No, and I agree. I just
You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to make sure that I was fully following because I couldn't remember you said OC or replace because I know you.
Oh no. I mean, Byron can replace him later if that's what they decide that they want to do. I mean, do we all agree that maybe Byron Leftwich over Josh McDaniels probably should have got that job? Absolutely.
Yeah, that is true.
I was
mainly just because Josh McDaniels has been talked about being a quarterback coach for multiple years, and Frank Reich finally just
who cares? Byron Leftwich did the same thing he did.
No, I'm saying that is
really think about it. He really did the same thing Josh McDaniels did.
I agree. I'm saying I agree with you. I'm just saying that I feel like is why McDaniels was hired.
Yeah, it's a tough situation to talk about with him, like for sure.
I would say on the bright side, you got an early draft pick, but traded that away to the Bears. So.